This, by the way, is the 66th year that NORAD's going to be tracking Santa's global journey. And Captain, thank you for being with us today. I would imagine that this job has gotten a lot more difficult over those 66 years because there's so much more stuff in the air, including all of the stuff that's in space right now. How are you guys doing this? How are you handling it?
Well, thank you for having me, Becky. And yes, the job of watching the United States and Canada's skies is a little bit tougher, but we're able to keep up with it by working with our partners and allies around the world. And in regards to tracking Santa, it takes a lot of contributors and a lot of volunteers to get that job done, and they are happy to do it every year.
So how do you guys do this? Let's track through all the technology that you have to actually watch Santa as he goes around the globe, because this is something little kids have been so curious about for forever.
Right. And when we get children that call in the Ops Center, we give them all the answers about how NORAD tracks Santa every year. And it starts when he makes his first movements out of the North Pole. The radar in the northern Canadian and northern Alaskan Arctic area track him with those North Warning satellites. And then as he moves west across the international date line, our satellites can watch the infrared signature from Rudolph's red nose as he flies around the world. And when he makes it back to Canada and the United States, our fighter escort pilots make sure to give him a wave and safely escort him through North American airspace. And then he heads back home to the North Pole to get ready for next year.
I know we can all follow along by watching on the internet, on the website. How many people actually call into the line still?
Oh, back in 2019, we had over 150,000 calls. The phone never stops ringing.
What do kids say when they call in? And how did this whole thing start, by the way?
Well, it started back in 1955 when there was a misprinted ad for a department store saying that children can call Santa at a certain phone number. But the misprint actually led to the CONAD, back then it was Continental Air Defense Command, the call center there, a red phone that Colonel Harry Shoup famously picked up, and he went along with the call, and so did the rest of his crew all night. And that's how the tradition of NORAD Track Santa got started.